Hey Kinfolk, it's your girl Seneca Latrell here. Today is the last day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know some of y'all are happy, but you know it's every month for me. That's Breast Cancer Awareness. Every day, all day. So before we get into our spiel, I just want to kind of show y'all something. Ain't that so cute? I love them, my little breast cancer awareness bears. Love, love, love them. All right, so I know we've been talking about breast cancer awareness, so let me bring a little bit more awareness to you. Let's talk about our machine. We actually use a GE machine here. I've actually worked on Hologic as well. It's just something about GE, special place in my heart. I love GE. Hologic, you're good too though. You really are good. So here is what we call our tube head, hashtag gantry. This is your face shield. This is your compression paddle. This is your detector / plate. You'll hear it being called as well too. These here are the manual compressions, which I really love. And here are the some of the buttons where we get to control the actual machine, where we can bring it up or down, or we can bring the tube head to the left or to the right at a certain angle. So let's talk about the views. We actually do 4 views for a mammogram. We'll do 2 from straight on, which are cranial-caudal, and we'll do 2 from angle views. Now, every tech has their own sweet spot for as an angle. I do 45. The taller the patient, the steeper the angle. But 45 is like my sweet spot, and then I kind of maneuver it from there depending on the patient body habitus. And when I say habitus, I mean for as their girth, their height. But again, we'll do 2 from a angle view, which we call our MLOs, which means medial lateral obliques. So again, medial lateral, we're getting it from the medial breast, going to the lateral, and we are oblique. So we'll have you to hold, some of them have handlebars. Ours is like a little stern wheel. You'll hold here and relax. And you see we got all up under the armpit too, right? Right on this plate. We look at lymph nodes. Lymph nodes is like means of travel for cancer. So that's one reason why we look at lymph nodes. And we'll also get all of your breast. Now, let's talk about this. So this is here just to rest your cheek on. We don't want to see y'all do this here, because a lot of y'all do that. It's like playing peekaboo with us. Peekaboo. Y'all don't do that, because your chin gets all the way in the picture, and a lot of times we have to retake. Flex paddle is something that we really love. Now, the flex paddle is pretty much, it kind of gives. It's a little bit more giving, so it kind of releases more while you, the longer you're in compression. So I can compress to a certain amount, but when I'm behind my console taking the picture, it's releasing, so it's a little bit more comfort for the patient. So again, we'll do the first one, cranial-caudal. Well, what a lot of techs do, we'll put our hand under your breast and we'll lift up. I like to tell my patients everything I'm doing while I'm doing the exam. Now, when I tell y'all that I'm gonna lift up, I don't want y'all doing this. Y'all on your tiptoes doing this. Let us do it. Yeah, I know y'all want to help us. It's not helping us at all. So, because when you lift up on your tiptoes, you're putting ribs up here. Again, I don't want a rib on this plate. I want ribs on a grill. Not on this plate, not on this detector. So y'all stop doing it, because it's going to cause pain. Again, this should not be painful, but pain is subjective. What hurts me does not hurt you, and vice versa. So if you're feeling pain, please let your tech know. Y'all, don't sit there in pain. Usually when you're in pain, only thing we have to do is a minor adjustment of a position. That's all. It could be where, again, you lift it up and you put your rib up there, or it could be underneath your breast. has folded where your skin is pinching, because now we're compressing on pinched skin. So again, please let us know if y'all are in any pain. Now let's talk about this flex paddle. Now the flex paddle, I usually always start with my foot pedals. My foot pedals is automatic compression. So I start with automatic compression. I don't like to end with it, because I like to do manual compression because I have a little bit more control over the compression. Y'all, this is just my technique. Do not get in there and be like, why are you using that? Y'all, we have to use the foot pedal. But every tech has their own technique. This is just mine. I start with the foot pedal. Now, it comes down kind of fast. It won't stay fast. I promise you, when it hits your skin, it slows down. You'll see. See, it's like a slow suction. So when it's coming down, our hands are on your breast, just like this. And a lot of techs will slide their hands out. I usually slide my hands out, and then with my opposite hand, I start doing the actual manual compression. And I'm turning. And this goes down as I turn. While I'm turning it manually, I'm poking on my patient breast, just to see if there's any movement, any give. I don't want any give. I want you nice and taut and uniform thickness. Now, y'all, I want y'all to get out your head. You hear me? Get out your head when it comes to this compression. Get out your head. Y'all get on my nerves. I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all act like we're putting needles through you. That's not what we're doing. We're compressing for several reasons. First reason is it's less radiation to you. So the thicker the breast material, the more penetration that I need. And if we can thin it out to a uniform thickness, you don't have to get that much radiation. Now again, this is not much radiation anyway, because we're only going through just one type of material, which is breast. It's not like doing a chest x-ray and we're going through ribs and lungs and organs and things of that nature. So that requires a little bit more radiation when you're talking about a chest, but we're just doing one material, which is just breast material. Now, we compressed because density, every woman pretty much has a measure of density and a measure of fatty tissue. Again, if you remember what we discussed about the fibrogranular tissue and then the dense tissue. Dense tissue is thick breast tissue. It's pretty much where your thickest at. And if we don't compress it to thin it out a little bit, it's hard for us to see behind it, and something could be hiding behind it. That's one reason why we compress, so we can see. Again, we can see, and it's less radiation to you. Again, all of us techs, we follow a LARA, which is as low as reasonably attainable. So that's why we compress. Also, we don't want you moving, because if you're wobbly up here, because you can breathe during this exam. Remember, I was telling you, it comes through blurry on our console picture, and we'll have to retake. So again, there's several reasons as to why we compress. Y'all, we are not trying to hurt y'all. Please, I can't stand, you know what? Let me go ahead and pop y'all in the forehead right now. All y'all women who give these horror stories, stop it. And I mean it. Because y'all are staring my patients. And then when I do them, they're like, that's it? Yeah, baby, that's it. And y'all's anxiety is so high. I'm like, girl, do you know we are the stronger species, okay? We can bear children and 4 weeks later go to work, okay? We can breastfeed and go to work. Like, come on, y'all, we got this. So get out your head. It's not that bad, I promise you. If you had children or surgery or went through, like I said, pain, this is nothing like that. Again, you're only in compression about 10 to 12, maybe 14 seconds, depending on if they got good compression. Because if you're thick or if you're dense, and they didn't compress you, it compresses a little bit longer because it's trying to penetrate. So y'all let us compress. And again, we're not trying to hurt y'all. Soon as the picture is done taking, this paddle automatically lifts up. So there's relief, okay? We will ask y'all to not move after the plate comes up, because we're looking at our image on our screen back here to make sure we got everything we need for the radiologist. Again, if there's something hurting, let us know. Hopefully this will help ease some of y'all anxiety and tension about coming to get a mammogram. So for the MLO, I forgot to mention one thing. When you're holding on to the handles or rails or whatever the machine that the facility is using, I will ask you ladies, please don't grip it for dear life. I promise you, when you're doing that, you're flexing your muscle. So now, you answer me this. Do you think this will feel okay coming down on a flexed, tightened muscle? It doesn't. So try to relax as much as you can. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. Especially, like I said, when you're giving somebody something to hold, they automatically go to clutch for dear life. Y'all chill out, please. I promise y'all, this is easier than what you think it is. It takes maybe 5 to 7 minutes to do this exam. It takes longer to me to get you guys in position than it does to even take the picture. So again, you're not going to be in compression that long. I urge y'all to really get out your head and kind of relax and think of this as self-care. You've done your due diligence for the year, but remember to continue to do those self-breast exams in the shower, then laying flat on your bed or just a flat surface. Then after that, I want y'all to do one more thing for me when you're doing your self-breast exams. Yep, look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself. I want y'all to examine yourself in the mirror. Make sure, there's no other things that are abnormal happening, like leaking nipples or your nipples going inverted, which backwards. Any rashes or streaking red veins or doubling in size of breast, or if you get like a rash, a dry patchy red flaky rash, or pain, which we have that hormonal pain that kind of comes and goes, but I'm talking about the pain that's there and it's getting progressively worse. A lot of people think breast cancer is a lump. That's not always the case. So pay attention to your body, y'all. We know firsthand when there's something not right. So again, this is just my spiel. The last day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going to be dropping little tips and little tricks and hints and some encouragement for y'all women and men, because men can have breast cancer too. It's rare, but I've actually done one that had breast cancer. So again, y'all just be self-aware of your body, and not just only your breast. I'm talking about everything. Women, go get your checkup, okay? If I gotta do it, y'all gotta do it too. Just don't let it take you too long. All right, love y'all.